Hi there, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today we are making a homemade ricotta cheese. It's the most delicious ricotta cheese you will ever taste, hands down, and I'll bet you that after you try this, it's going to be really hard to go to the supermarket and get that grainy stuff that really doesn't look or taste like much. We're starting with 8 cups of whole milk. Now, you can use raw milk or pasteurized milk, but you do not want to use ultra pasteurized milk. It just won't act the same for you. To that, I'm adding, I have I didn't realize I poured so much. I'm using 1 2/3 cups of heavy cream, and that's just going to beef up the creaminess of this. You just want to bring this up to a range between 175 and 195. You do not want this to boil. That's going to be around 90 Celsius or between 79 and 90 Celsius. And what you can do, I have a thermometer here. If you don't have a thermometer, don't let that stop you. You can actually just keep an eye on this. As soon as you start getting bubbles around the edges of your pot, that is going to be just in the range that you want. This is going to take a minute. I'll be back when we're ready for the next step. This is exactly what you want to see, this foam right around the edge, and that is called scalding the milk. I'm going to take this thermometer out, and you want to do this off heat. I'm adding 1½ teaspoons of salt. That's kosher salt, and I like that because it's a clean salt flavor, and also it's very light, it melts easily. And this is 1/2 cup of white vinegar, just cheap white distilled vinegar. You can use white wine vinegar, you can use lemon juice, and we put that in. Just give it a stir to make sure that it's incorporated throughout the milk, and then you don't touch it. You just let that sit for about 5 minutes. While this is setting up, all that you need to do is prepare a strainer. I'm just using a fine mesh strainer, and you're going to want something like a cheesecloth. If you've seen the price of cheesecloth, for some reason, the price is outrageous. So this is cheesecloth. If you don't want to buy that, can't find it, don't know what it is, you can use just a clean white towel, a table napkin. You just want something white, and you want it clean and without perfume in it. So use your no perfumed laundry detergent for this. I'm just going to wet this and put it in here and wait for the curds to form. Well, it's been about 5-7 minutes, something like that, and what I've done in the meantime is I've set up a bowl to catch the whey. I have my strainer, and then I chose cheesecloth, but that is going in here. And then I have this other fine mesh strainer, but you can use a spatula, anything that you have. I like to keep these curds as large as possible. So what I'm doing is I dip into the side and just lift. It goes right in here, and that is your ricotta. And however long you let this sit will determine how thin or thick it is. If you want it firmer for something like a lasagna, you might want to let this sit for about an hour. I am going to use it for, I don't know, I have cannoli in mind. So I'm going to I'll give this about 20 minutes and take a look and see how it is. This cheese is delicious with fresh fruits in the morning, peaches, any great summer fruit that you have. Just slice it on here, maybe with a drizzle of honey. That's a delicious breakfast. You can make pancakes out of it. It's a delicious cheese. This is like the difference between buying whipped cream in a can and making whipped cream that you whip yourself. That's the quality difference that you'll notice, and that's why it really is worth your time on occasion to make this. I hope that you try this at home. If you do, please let me know. If you have any tips or questions, comments below, and I'm on Facebook as well. Please follow me here on YouTube by subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.